Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Alakai and I have got a new toy, a brand new toy. It is a Canon lens. It is my absolute dream. It is the EF 7200 f2.8L IS II image stabilized Mark II USM. It's the highest speed focusing system we have right now with lens case and hood, and just got it in. It has been over 3 years of saving for this lens. I have been eagerly looking forward to finally getting it in and opening it up and seeing what we got. So we have the standard Windows or Mac program. We have the warranty card, and we have an inner box. So many might know this lens is very highly rated. It is one of those lenses that all photographers kind of look forward to getting, hopefully, if you're interested in kind of outdoor and sports photography. It's extra sharp, and since it runs at 2.8, it is very fast. So we have the good packaging here. Bag probably have to keep the water out just in case. And we see the beautiful Canon standard packaging, the lens case. It's very high quality, as you would expect. Double pull strap, bullet goes to the top. Goes about 3/4 way down with the Canon name embossed on it. Just beautiful. So excited to see this thing. There she is. In case those you are wondering, I got my lens from B&H Photo in New York. It had a really strong sale on it. It was about $2,000. Well, here's the strap that goes across. About $2,000 or so, and it has like all these rebates and free things with it that it made me really think that was the best deal. So let's see here what we got here. First, the lens hood. Wow, beautiful. It's got coating on the inside. Kind of got a double mat to keep that light bounce down. It is the ET87, the red dot. It's just gorgeous. A lot of times with my other lenses, I buy the generic versions that you can find on like eBay and whatnot, and I can tell you right off the bat that the Canon ones are top notch. I mean, they are. You can tell the difference right off the bat. Hopefully, you can see all that. I'll take the lens itself. Oh, it's heavy. Oh, wow, there it is. Such a long time, and it's finally mine. So image stabilized. It's got the this is a tripod mount, because the lens changes the center of gravity. It makes the camera want to tip over, so they move that tripod mount more to the front. It's got a ring. It comes off if you want. It's got different stabilizer modes: stabilizer, autofocus, manual focus, ultrasonic focusing. I don't want to open that up too much because I've got a filter that I want to put on there pretty quick. It's absolutely gorgeous. One thing you'll notice is that when you're actually zooming, there is no extension in the top. This is an L series type of feature, and that way you don't hit anything, you don't mush anything, you don't pull anything out. A lot of times with the other lenses, when it's inside of your case and you are and it's in there with the lens hood or whatnot, it'll, when you take it out, it'll actually extend the lens out, and this thing will go, it'll just go really fast, and all of a sudden it doesn't, you start wearing down that inside screw. It's a 77mm. it's just gorgeous. It's hefty, it's really heavy, so really got to be careful when sticking this on the camera because it is going to change a lot of the way that it feels. Along with the order, like I said, one of the things I got was a filter kit. So 77mm UV protector with circular polarizer, and I didn't even want to bring the lens out to look at too much without putting the filter on there. There's my multi-layer filter. Allegedly it's got 12-layer multi-coating, providing a transmission rate of 98.2%. It's got aluminum, and then the circular polarizer has this little nice little pouch to take your outdoor pictures. Again, this thing's got some weight to it. I can't really tell. I don't really know how heavy this thing is. I can't remember what it said on there, but it's definitely a tank. 7200 f2.8. It's going to give me some really nice bokeh. Going to help me take some pics with my son, and I'm really looking forward to taking some pictures with this thing and getting it out there. It's beautiful. If y'all can tell, I'm really excited. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye. Hi everybody, we are back with a little bit more about the Canon 70-200 f2.8L IS II lens I got and I unboxed about a couple days ago. I've had a chance to shoot with it now, and it is fast. It is amazing. It is the best lens I've ever played with. I decided to go over some more things, kind of elaborate on some of the cool features with this thing. Number one, kind of big elephant in the room, if you will, this lens hood. So what's cool about this lens hood is that, for those of you who don't know, there's a little button here. You push it down, and that's how you take it off. That's how you can do the flip. You can stick it on there, and it locks into place really nicely. CET87, and it provides really, really great low bounce. It's got that felty kind of interior to it, really high quality, nice, and it protects the lens. Again, it's got the little locking mechanism, which is really cool. The lens itself also has a couple of other things. It also has the middle push lens cap. I went ahead and dropped that filter on there that I got from B&H in that special promotion deal. Fits in there just fine, just wonderfully. Back end, and then also the tripod ring. Everything here is made for, you don't just open it up and doesn't just pull right off. You bring it over to a lock, basically you line up the red dots, and it comes off. And again, it's got the little rings on there. So everything that we're doing here with this lens has got a mechanism to keep things just from falling apart, not being where they want them to go, or not want it to be. So lock it in there. It's got the little red thing in there, little line to where you're at. You can pull that off. Yeah, the lens itself, I'm generally shooting without the actual tripod ring, only because you just don't need it. I paid extra money for that image stabilizer, and what it's doing is actually provides for 4 stops of correction with that, because of it. So I don't necessarily need to have a tripod. If I'm shooting at night, or maybe inside with some action, I guess, with my kid, then I might bring it out with maybe a monopod or something. For the most part, just don't need it. Some of the settings on here, this is the lens, the distance, how far away you want to go, and the minimum amount of focus, autofocus and manual focus. It's got 2 different stabilizer modes. This is the on-off, and this is stabilizer mode 1 and 2. So 1 is going to be when you want it to be fully stabilized, no problem, pretty much leave it on that. But when you are going to use it for panning shots, when you are going to want to try to catch something that's moving from side to side, if you want to try to blur that background, you would flip it over to 2, and that's going to keep it from, that's going to keep the image stabilization up and down, but not back and forth to correct for some of that movement. You don't want it to correct for that. You want to actually capture that blur, right? That's what we're looking for. Something fancy, something interesting is that when you're messing with these buttons here, they're all placed in and have like grooves that are just slightly different. So when you're moving it around, you can tell this is higher. If you can see that, it's got a little mound there if you can, higher than this one. So if you're moving it around, you need to switch over to stabilizer 2 or turn the stabilizer off. You can feel for that without having to actually take the camera away from your face. This has got like a little different switch here, so you can tell what it is when you're focusing around. Again, I mentioned before that when you're actually zooming around, you're not actually extending the lens, right? You're just actually moving within the 70-200 range, and everything is self-contained to keep it from actually extending out too far and creating a problem with whatever you're shooting and maybe hitting it against something. So it works out really well in that manner that you just don't see that extension going. And also when you're storing it into your bag, you can also always know exactly what size it is. I thought I'd also slip it onto my camera to show just how big we're talking about, because this thing is not small. So there it is. To give you an idea about how big it is, just how big it is, this is the 50mm 1.4. So it is considerably bigger than that. And here's a ruler that might actually just be better all the way around. So we're talking about nearly 11 inches from the back end of your camera to the top end of your lens there. It's not short. You do need to hold it on here. It's sturdy, but it definitely feels like you have good control because it's not too out of balance for whatever reason. It just feels like it's got pretty good bulk to it, but it's not too heavy, and you definitely know where you're shooting at. So it's a great lens overall. Really awesome. The focusing on here is just wicked fast. USM, just absolutely silent and just quick, and the pictures you take are just sharp as hell. So definitely recommend. It's going to be great. I'm looking forward to taking a lot more pictures with it. And yeah, the Canon 7200 2.8 L lens.